How's it going, everybody? It's Falling Hurts here with another video, and today I'm just on the Atomic Heart website on my computer this time. It's a very well-made web page. It has all the information and lore about Atomic Heart, and I kind of wanted to dive into that a little bit today. You know, a little more in depth, and that's really today's video. So if you like that, go ahead and like the video for me. You will notice there's an activate windows in the bottom of the screen, and what that means is that I am a lazy little bitch. So yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. I'm not even gonna try to edit it out this time. Last time someone made a comment about it, I edited it out, so fuck you. No, I'm kidding. You're awesome. Anyway, starting in the year 1937, Dmitry Sekhenov gets his PhD and the job in a Brain Research Institute, Science of Medicine Academy of USSR in the Nature of the Intellect department. Sekhenov is ordered to restore the formerly effective research work of the institute, with this goal in mind, Professor Sekhenov forms a new cohort of scientists, many of whom share his philosophies. That same year, the Brain Research Institute commenced the project Crowdman, the aim which becomes to create a new type of human who has no individualism or private life. I mean, what I take away from this is what we know about the game so far, or what I've seen. I haven't looked through this lore page or anything yet, but the robots are together in the collective, like the hive mind. So that sounds a lot like that, so you can see where that comes from a little bit, I suppose. November 1939, USSR begins the war with Germany on Poland's territory. Large-scale production of military robots simultaneously with full and complete upgrade of their technology used to control them demand colossal financial investments. The USSR government deems the project a net loss without perspective. So they're going to lose government funding? Is that what I'm getting at here? Maybe they're going to have to become private, and when stuff is private, that's when shit gets evil. Maybe. Fast forward a couple years to 1941, the Nazis surrender, the USSR occupies the German territories. The losses during this war were astonishing. 200 million USSR citizens have died. That's fucking insane. The population of the Soviet Union and the European countries is no longer proportional to the areas occupied by them or the needs of their economies. Sekhenov is swiftly appointed to the head of the program of robotics development to compensate for the lack of the working force. Okay, so Sekhenov already thinks the hive mind is great. Now he's working with the robots. I'm seeing the collective coming up here, 100%. Okay, oh, I'm so fucking smart. 1948, quite a few years later now, a successful launch of the Network Collective 1.0 at the facility number 3826. The progress of robotics development is stunning and yields fantastic results. The Soviet Union begins a mass export of robots to all European countries for minimal prices. Hey, if you want something done right, or if you want something good, it's never cheap. Alright, like just a couple years later, 1950, that same year, Sekhenov makes an incredible breakthrough in studying neuropolymers. He creates the process of mimicry, like adaptation, example, extraction of the stable neuropolymer lattice from living creatures. From now onwards, the cybernetic shell of the polymers becomes secondary, and the neuropolymer is now an independent programmable module. This discovery is what leads Sekhenov to creating Collective 2.0. The Kelami complex is moved to an air station, Icarus, and is lifted to the sky. Okay, you see Icarus here in the picture, it looks like. Collective 2.0, that's, I mean, it's all pretty cool. The game talks a lot about polymers, and you have your polymer manipulating glove, so it talks about that quite a bit in the trailers and everything, so that's pretty interesting, but I'm still not sure I fully grasp it, so I'm not going to make any bold claims about that. From 1951 to 1954, a Soviet moon rover successfully travels to the moon and back, bringing a soil sample with it. Oh, Apex Legends, nice. Using the received data complexes, Vavilov and Pavlov begin research in the area of the adaptation of plants and animals to non-Earth celestial objects. Stalin dies. Nikita Khrushchev, I'm going to say, becomes General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party. Okay, so a lot of additional world stuff goes on that we can kind of tie into real life, but I'm not that familiar with real life to even say too much. But in 1955, after a series of successful tests, the USSR begins a nationwide P vaccine is that polymer, I'm assuming. The launch of the Neuro Network Collective is set for Monday, June 13th, 1955. This will be Sekinov's 55th birthday. Okay, it looks like this is the last bit, and there's some confirmation of all the platforms that the game is coming to, so hopefully we don't see the PS4 and Xbox One version taken out, but I think I said that in the previous video. Anyway, what do I take away from this? I would definitely assume, I think I remember in one of the trailers it talks about a polymer vaccine. That's what I'm assuming, so I think what they're doing is, I think I have enough information to realize that if they're, putting the polymer into people and that polymer is individually programmable, can that make people in their minds malleable and make it to where they are a part of the collective as well, and then all humans are controlled and they can be slave-minded, or however you really want to look at that. So I think that is the general plot synopsis. 1955 ending there. I'm curious if that's the year that the game takes place. I would assume so, since that is something that is talked about in the trailer, the vaccine coming up. So why would they show a lot of information from stuff previous to the game? So looks like the game is 1955 if it didn't say so previously. So that's awesome. And of course you play as P3, which you can read a little bit about him as well, and maybe I'll make a separate dedicated video for just him. And if you want to see that, go ahead and hit like and let me know down below. Thank you.